Hello everyone. I thought I would make a video explaining what I think is the true nature of evil, and in particular how I handle evil in my books. And to illustrate that point, I will read to you a passage from my book, The Ecstasy and the Ignominy, which has to do with the character of Desmond Archer, who is a radical, militant revolutionary who has very little feeling or empathy, and he is almost pure evil. And so I thought I would read to you this speech that represents that, and then I will expand upon it. You misunderstand me, Edward. I'm simply trying to prepare you for the pain and agony that is to come. Like yourself, I'm not committed to any cause. I only wish to pluck out the false hearts upon which this bitter and unnatural world stands. We are, after all, what the stars have made us, and the rest is simply noise. I illuminate the whispers in the dark, and for the sake of treachery, I become the lie that is most often uttered in the mouths of men. And so I think that speech represents very clearly who Desmond Archer is. And he's a point of view character, and he's someone that I don't talk about as much because he is the third point of view character, and the other two point of view characters, Catherine and Edward, are more central to the narrative. But he is also quite important because he represents that revolutionary aspect. And to me, though, I think that true evil does not come from does not really come from ideology or politics or religion per se, um, or what someone believes per se. I think that someone can believe in ideas that are ignorant, misguided, or even harmful, but still have a kind and compassionate heart, or at least overall be kind and compassionate. But you can also have someone who may have all the right beliefs on paper, but may be utterly evil. Because the difference is, I believe true evil is when someone has a contempt, a hatred for humanity that is very malicious. And there are two different forms of it. You have Desmond Archer's brand, which is almost entirely nihilistic. He's not being pretentious about it. He doesn't like humanity, and he wants people to know it. For him, the only morality is will to power. The strong survive, and the weak deserve to perish. But then you also have other kinds of evil, which would probably be represented by someone like Reverend Hartstone in this, who is also a revolutionary. And that kind of evil is more subtle, but in many ways it's more deceptive and less honest and more difficult to deal with. That's the kind of evil that tries to hide behind moral righteousness, which tries to say, well, because of our cause, we have to take out certain individuals or eliminate certain individuals who are a threat to that. So it's about dehumanizing your enemies. It's about seeing them as lesser, which shows that one's moral philosophy, your moral philosophy, if you are someone who believes this, is not really rooted in compassion or empathy. It's rooted in ego, moral superiority, and you are masking that with so-called with a so-called righteous cause, but it's not coming from a place of compassion or empathy. It's coming from a place of ego, and also a deep hatred for humanity, of demonizing people who you disagree with. And to me, that is true evil. It's not about the particular belief or ideology. It's about how you are oriented towards that belief and ideology that makes someone evil. Now, certain beliefs, certain religions, certain ideologies may be dangerous or harmful, but whether or not someone's truly evil, it has to do with how they are oriented towards those beliefs. And to me, that is what makes a truly evil character. And in some cases, um, this may be subconscious. It may not be something that the character um, is truly aware of, but at the same time, they still have free will and could choose to self-reflect, but they are choosing not to, which just reaffirms and exemplifies and enhances their evil nature. And so, to me, that is what true evil is, and I think many people misunderstand that, and that's how I try to write evil within my books. There are there are secular characters who are evil. There are religious characters who are evil, and it's not about the particular beliefs. It's about how they are oriented towards those beliefs. I think that is what makes someone truly evil.